Hey y'all, well the first segment of this got cut off a little bit quick. I touched the wrong button, but success. It went where I wanted. A little over to one side a little bit more. I was actually aiming for the other tree, but it still went in between where I wanted. Well, did my notch, my back cut, didn't even have to use the wedge. Had it just in case the saw got in there and the tree came back a little bit, I was going to shove it in there. Cut's not perfect, it's off to one side a little bit. I do have a hard time holding the saw straight. It's hard for me to bend over. That's why it's cut so high up. So, but success. We're going to start to delimit now. I'm going to get the other saw and delimit, and she's going to use her nipper. She likes nipping it, so one she can nip, and then I'm going to start cutting it up into, I don't know, 1 foot sections or something, just so small logs, so we can end up splitting them and burning them, or just at least they're small logs to burn. So, success. Only 100 more to go. It's the end of the year. Well, would have been nice to have them all opened up and done this summer, but and here, been up here for over 2 days. No traffic. We come back from town, 3 vehicles pulled in the past half hour. I don't know where they're going, but oh well. I don't care what some of these other people say. No matter where you go, there's people are going to come around. There's 2 trackers, there's side-by-side people. They're all going to come around. So, all right, well, I'm just going to do some short ones today. Once we get it cut up and cleaned up a little bit, and then maybe talk about another plan. There's that other tree there, and that if I still have enough in me, I might get rid of that one. It'd be nice to get something more than just a little bit done for being up here. So, okay, y'all, I hope you're having a good day. If you could, subscribe and like. I think it's going to help us with our plans. Well, look at the red squirrel. Oh, yeah, we've been up here for a couple of days and no wildlife. Actually, there's been no wildlife we haven't seen anything on any cameras for probably 2 weeks. Bear hunting season, and I don't know, I haven't seen any bears. I was catching a bear at least twice a week on the cameras. No bears, no wolves, no coyotes. So I don't know if the hunters got the bear and or scared everything else off. It's just so nice now that I got rid of, or at least cut these ugly stumps down. Never wanted these pushed here, and the guy helping me a year ago, oh, I can push the trees down. Well, he did, but I also didn't want big holes. Now I got to get more material and fill in the holes, and I got these ugly things to deal with, and I didn't want that. I have enough down trees and stuff in here, but I hate looking at stumps. This is a mess to me. Now it's a mess that I have to clean up. Part of cutting it was getting them cut so I can wrap a chain or a strap or something around them, get them pulled out somewhere. I was just going to pull them out to here, actually, and it's that time of year, but these stumps are so wet now, I wish I could have taken care of them right away. But I suppose if I pour something on them, enough diesel fuel or something, I can get them going and maybe just burn them right here, and it'll be easier. I can just pile them up and hopefully that way get rid of the dirt too. But he made me a mess here now with tipping these trees over, and I've got water in spots, and there's never water here. He made a nice hole from that tree, took all the soil, that's all soil right there that came up with the tree, and so now the water come up, and that spot right there holds water in times. And you can already see what it's done to the driveway, and just us driving in and out periodically. Now there's a soft spot here because this is here, and the water sits here now and goes through the rocks instead of nothing being there, and we had it built up, and just got to start doing stuff for myself instead of having, and I know you might say, well, you should explain. I did. We had a nice long talk about everything I wanted done and not done, and he just didn't seem to care when he was in the skid steer, and then he let me get in it for a little while because he was tired and didn't want to do it anymore, and then that's all he did is criticize me how I did it. So I just ended up saying, well, we're done. You didn't do what I wanted. You made me a mess. And I didn't want a mess. I would have rather have had these trees pushed down next to the edge of the road so I could get to them easier. And I could have cut them up and used them. There's actually a lot of good wood in there. but it's kind of thick. It doesn't look it, but it's thick in there with small little bushes and stuff, and it's soft. So now the wood's too far in there. I don't want to deal with it and try and drag it through all this now, because he did. It was not soft here, and now because he disturbed so much ground, it just stays soft. And it's been wet up here. Had a really wet fall. So got to deal with this, and then on the other side he made a bit of a mess too. And got to deal with some of this. Big nice mound of dirt right there that I could use, and he pushed it up from the edge and piled it up there. Now it's different when you have a skid steer and a tracked one. They can get into things, they're narrower. This thing, 74 inches wide. It's not easy for me to get in, and then if my front tires sink in, then I get four-wheel drive, but still, if my front tires sink, and then I dig in with the rears, or I don't have, I either have to get pulled out, track skid steer, is a lot more maneuverable, and you can get it into wetter areas, and they can get out easier. It's just, I think so. But I guess got to stop whining about it and staying in the pop-up, and it's been cold. Poor Sig there slept with me. She usually doesn't do stuff like that, but the floor was just at 28 last night. Still, it's 33 right now. It's 10:30. But it's nice. Nice, brisk, beautiful. Oh. All right, I got work to do. I'm going to get to it and show you the aftermath, and then we put up a new gate instead of the rope or chain. Show you that. All right, y'all, take care.